You do. And even if you're giving back what you're receiving, you know that there's maturity and there's growing up you need to do in a certain sense with certain scenarios, because you're going from place to place, from house to house when things don't go right. And I think that you have the potential and the talent, and I think you have the following to be able to get your own place or find a stable X, Y, and Z to be able to do wherever you can talk your shit and have that, because you can't do that when you're other people's place. But before we even get to that, because you're saying leading up to that, Yetta was already having some type of notion. What was going on when you moved in? You said that you and her were having a conversation. She was taking your side. She didn't like how your mom treated her. It seemed like everything kind of started off great, and because Yetta's posting on her social media, y'all hanging out, and then Canine comes
Yeah.
into the picture. Where is there any moment within the month that you were there that you started to feel a certain way or vibes or anything?
I think it really started around the time I was doing those raffles. I think shade, like little shade. She was throwing shade and shit. And that's around the time when I started doing the raffles. That's when she asked me for $1,000 for the rent.
Okay, and you gave her the $1,000,
Yes, I did.
but you just were ignoring the shade.
Mm, I didn't really peep the shade at first until like towards the end. I was putting little things together like, oh yeah.
Uh, Leah, I have to be honest with you. Were you peeping the shade, or were the comments trying to stir up that there was shade?
I was peeping the shade. I was
Okay.
peeping it, but I just didn't say anything because I was like, you know what, I'm in my mind. I was already telling Genova I wasn't really trying to stay there with her. Like I'm like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't really want to stay with Yetta. I was already telling her like I was already
Yeah.
telling her that I was kind of like over the situation.
Uh huh. But so if you were over it, why did you continue to stay for that amount of time until it kind of like blew up?
It wasn't like it wasn't like a all at once blow up. It was kind of like a gradual blow up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Over the time. What was your relationship like with K9 while you were there?
It was cool. Like I never tried to flirt with him. I never touched him inappropriately. We were just cool. So that's why when he got on his live and was just lying about me, it was kind of like, wow.
Well, because the whole time that you were there, did you and Yetta ever have in between that period from you first arrived to when you left? Did y'all have heart to hearts? And the reason why I'm asking you this is because what we see on social media is everyone's cool, but we don't know the conversations y'all are having behind the scenes. And it seems as if even if there's a little shade there, you're comfortable. Even if you have in the back of your mind, like, okay, I'm going to stay a little bit longer, but I see there's a little bit of shade, so I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. So I think I'm going to transition eventually. I mean, was it still like everything was cool, even if there's a little shade
hmm
here? You having heart to hearts, or was it just you were just staying there just to stay there?
I wasn't staying there to stay there. I already knew I was going to leave. I had my flight booked a certain amount of time. I already talked to my mom, and told her like, I was coming back. I just didn't tell Yetta. And one of the recordings, I even heard Yetta say she didn't even tell me she was leaving. Yeah, because I didn't tell her on purpose because I had a
Yeah,
feeling about her. And
yeah.
my whole thing is, if I have a feeling about you putting that you're going to put me out or do something like that, like I hurried up and made my flight, my situation
But
without
you
her
had a feeling.
knowing.
But when did you have a feeling though? Because you'd been there for a month.
It was really I didn't really too much have a feeling until she said something to me about that chicken for real. Because I heard a little subtle shade about edges and little shit like that, but when she said something to me like that,
So wait, wait, wait,
that's
wait.
when I
You didn't really. So you didn't even really have a. Okay, so there was a little subtle shade, but everything was basically okay between you and her, is what you're saying. But you didn't have a
hmm
feeling until the last day, until when everything kind of
yes,
hit the fan.
literally as I'm packing my bags. I didn't tell her I was leaving. I just started doing laundry like a normal day. She probably thought I was just sorting my luggage or something like again, or refolding my stuff because like when you living out of a suitcase, it get kind of messy, so you got to keep refolding that shit. So she probably thought that's what I was doing. No, I was washing my clothes, getting my shit in order, and I ain't tell her shit because I had a feeling. I didn't know what, but I had a feeling, and I'm glad I didn't tell her because I feel like she was trying to beat me to the punch, like put me out before I could leave. You get what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, Leah, let me tell you something. I've been someone who's lived out of a suitcase before, and that's a hard. And I think, Leah, from me to you, I truly think you're a nice girl and you have a lot of potential. But I do feel like what you're saying and the position you're in is because you live out of a suitcase and you're immediately quick to go from one place to the other. In this whole process, because your raffles have been successful, what in your mindset, because even now you're with your mother and you're going to go to Genova, Have you sat down with her or anyone for that notion and said, you know what, I'm gonna save up some money and I'm gonna get myself my own place? Because you have the potential, you truly do, and your raffles are successful.
Yeah, I mean, some of my money, like again, like 1,000 of that, like I said, if you have bills and stuff like that, that's gonna take into account.
Hmm.
But that is something that I'm trying to do. I do want to move out, and I do want my own space, to be honest. And and if anything, that made me want my own space. I'm not trying to get emotional. That made me want my own space even more because I don't want to live with nobody else, to be honest.
But that's what I want from you, Liyah. I want the realness. We don't need, it's okay to cry. And I get it. You listen, girl, I have been there before. I have lived out of a suitcase and
Y'all
I have
saying
lived
what
out.
bills? Like I didn't have to get a girl $1,000 just to stay there. Like what the fuck? I
I
didn't know that
know.
she was gonna.
But see, Liyah, this is the real you, Liyah. This is what I'm saying. And this is why I feel like you do get the way you get sometimes because nobody can tell your story. I don't give a fuck how much shit talking you were doing or she was talking. Living out of a suitcase, out of a bag, and feeling like at any moment in time, somebody throwing little shade might get put out and not having any. It's hard. I get it, girl. I get it. Hurts. I get it. Don't read any comments. Sure, that shit is swiped. But you do have to understand, Liyah, in this, regardless of how hurt you are, this is a pivotal moment that you need to understand that instead of when someone puts you out, going and arguing with them or giving them that energy back, this is a moment where you need to sit down with yourself and say, I need to get my own spot. I need to save up my own money. My raffles are going well. I'm getting plenty of social media attention, whether it's good or bad. And maybe whatever mentorship Yetta was trying to give you, you can look and find that within someone or yourself. But you have the potential, Liyah. You make good money. And I
Yes,
know it's hard. Huh?
you're right.
But you know what? You're not. But I have to tell you, Liyah, you're not innocent in this. You're a grown woman,
Yeah,
and when you live in someone else's space, even if they're throwing a little shade, and even if you're getting ready to pack up, moving, living bag to bag, suitcase to suitcase, I know the feeling of being like at any moment somebody might kick me out, regardless of social media and what's going on. But you have to take responsibility for your actions, even if you're defending yourself.
right.
You are a grown woman, Liyah. Even if you are a solo only child, and I resonate with you. But I'm just being honest with you because I'm not here to baby you and be like, oh Liyah this, oh Liyah that, oh Yetta this, oh Yetta that. You know I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's hard. I get it, girl, and it's hard to do it in front of everybody in social media. And what I saw, Liyah, is I saw you were defeated when she said you were really packing your bag, living suitcase to suitcase, bag to bag, and someone throwing everything in your face that you had no clue you were doing. I get it. I get it. What's going on with you now? Because when we were on the phone, you said to me, I'm home with mom. And you said, I don't think she's mad at me and I'm getting to open Christmas presents. When was the last time you spoke with your mother?
Today, she just left to go somewhere.
So this whole period after you had the argument with your mother and went to go to Yetta, you have not had conversation with her.
I know. I talked to her. I talked to her. Um, I guess like maybe a couple weeks after I had got to the other house,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just talked on the phone. Sometime or texted. My
Yeah.
mom was just texting me, "Hey," every morning.
Mm-hmm. So where are you guys at in your relationship? Like, what's going on with that? Because you, I was saying this earlier, Liyah, because you're an only child, and whenever these things have been happening, you go back to you start at mom, and then you go somewhere else, and then you end back up at mom's. You do understand. I don't know what your mom, and I would love to have a conversation with your mother as well. You know what I'm saying? Because we only have one mother, but there's a point in time where you have to learn to grow up. Your parents have to learn to grow up too and be parents, but you are in a position where you can be responsible for your own actions. But you've got some repairing that you got to do with your mother, and social media can't do anything for you with that. That's something personal that you and her have to work on. Did either of you apologize to each other?
No,
So basically, you're in a scenario where at any point in time it could be volatile again, where something goes wrong again, and basically you could be packing your bags again and going to the next space.
I guess.
which is why you're going to Genova's.
I really don't know what I'm finna do, to be honest with you. I don't know.
You know what? Where do you live?
Georgia.
And is Beagle the only thing that you currently do?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have to give me a ballpark, but how much would you, I mean, give me a ballpark. How much would you say you make a month ago?
I don't know. I've been making pretty good lately. I really haven't been keeping count.
Okay. Have you ever looked into renting out an apartment? Have you ever looked into getting a certain space? And be honest with me. Have you ever looked into those things, Leah,
Yes.
recently? Okay.
Yes.
And how has that been going for you?
I mean, they've been calling me back. I guess I just gotta go look at the apartments. I just got to Atlanta, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, because Leah, it doesn't feel good to be in the scenario to live a suitcase or a packed bag. But that's something you have to do. And I got to give you tough love. I got to be honest with you, Leah. At this point, it is nobody's fault but your. I want you to understand that from me to you. You have the potential, you have the funds, you're a beautiful girl, you got great personality. So at this point, after this conversation, if you go to Genova's and it happens again, I won't be giving you this tough love. I won't be showing you this type of affection. I'm going to say, Leah, at this point, this is your own doing because you understand the potential means your raffles have been going well. You've been doing well on social media. You're more than just looks. This is a point in a pivotal time that you need to understand from me to you that you need to do something about it. And it's not, and we're not talking about raw chicken. We're not talking about people throwing you shade. We're not talking about you with Yetta and Canine. I'm talking about. This is me. This is me as another African American individual. This is me as someone of color speaking to you, Leah. It's time for you to get your shit together. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with people trying to say now that you was gonna wake it up on Canine trying to sleep with you and all this bullshit?
I never said that people be making up their own scenarios and their own shit on their own. I never said that.
Hmm. You know how peaceful it is to come home, Leah. So let me tell you something about me, Leah. I'm going to tell you a story that I have that it resonated because when I saw Yetta telling you to pack your shit and saying all that, and you were packing your stuff. I want to be very clear. I saw you,
I was
Leah.
packing all morning.
No, 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 no. When she was yelling at you and screaming at you on social media and drama, we're ignoring her. Was trying to do all that. You did give feedback. You did, yell back. But there was a point where you stopped all that and you were really trying to pack your suitcase and stuff, if I'm correct, and your duffel bag. You really was getting your stuff together, and she was still yelling at you. Regardless of that, let me tell you a story about me because, and I love how you got emotional. I was at one point in time I was homeless. Okay, would you consider yourself to be homeless, Leah?
No.
Okay. I was. I was homeless. I didn't have a mother's house to go back to or a friend's house to go back to. And I hate to say this, Leah, but one day you're not going to have a mother's house to go back to. One day you're not going to have a mother. Let me say that again for you. One day you're not going to have a mother, regardless of what's going on. So even the fact that you can walk through that door when you were down and out is a blessing. Okay? That's the first
Right.
step. Let me tell you what happened with me. I was homeless and I was living on my boss's couch. And I sat with my boss across the table. And my boss said it was her, her husband, and the two kids. And we were eating, and they made some food, and it had onions in it. And she was like, "Here you go." And I said, "Oh, I don't like onions." The husband took a napkin, slammed it down on the table, and said, "Well, if you don't like that, then you can go live somewhere else where they cook food that you like." And I had the same face that you had when Yetta was yelling at you. I had the same exact face when you looked into the fucking camera when she was like, tampons, all of this, get the fuck out, and you're packing your bag. Because what do you say? What do you say when you're in the pisses, when you're already down and out and you're already getting kicked like a dead horse, regardless of how much you run your mouth? But you know what I did? Instead of going and repeating that and going to Genova's and going back to moms and going back to dads, I made sure that I got myself saved up and I got to live.
Right.
Is that mom?
Yeah.
Would she be willing to sit and and converse as well? Would that be okay? Or no, I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, probably not.
Can I say hello and ask her?
I mean, you can.
Okay, what's
Mommy,
her name?
you want to talk to this man from Bigo? What? Ask you some he just want
Wait,
to
well,
ask you some questions.
how do I address mom? What? Because I'm respectful. I'm respectful. How would
Miss
I say,
Chris?
Miss? Huh?
Miss Chris? Miss Chris?
Hi, Miss Chris. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was just talking with Liyah, your beautiful daughter, because I know that you know, there's been things that have been going on social media. And first and foremost, Miss Chris, I never agree with anyone's personal relationships with their parents or their friends or brothers coming to social media, first and foremost. But I was just telling her about the blessing that she has to have an option to be able to go into her mother's house, and that she has a mother, because I know so many people who don't have that option. I'm going to say that first and foremost. And I want to say, regardless of whatever you two have gone through on social media, your ups and downs, because I don't know y'all's personal relationship. That's not my business, nor is that social media's. Thank you for being that person who still took her in whenever she's low, because I know that parents don't have to do that. And some parents don't know how to be parents, regardless of what social media says.
That's right.
Um,
That's
I was just
100.
I was just expressing to Liyah that, regardless of whatever's going on, I think that it's important and imperative for her to try to repair whatever relationship that you two have, instead of just moving on to the next location, moving on to the next location, and moving on to the next location. So I was just
That's
asking
right.
her, I'm sorry, what?
I said, that's right. That's good advice.
Yeah. So I mean, I was just asking, where you at now? Where is she at with you now? Because I see a vulnerable young woman who's making different life choices, and going from different place to place, and trying to find that. And I was letting Liyah know that she should look to get her own place.
That's right. Let me say this, right?
Hmm.
Aaliyah is my only daughter, my only child. As long as I have a house, she has a home,
I love
right?
that.
And my whole thing for Aaliyah is for her to be successful and to be safe. And when she do move out on her own, does she have a bag? She has some money saved up. So even if you ran short 1 month, you got some money in the savings. It's not hurting you that bad. So when
Hmm.
you move out on your own 2 feet. I wouldn't even prefer for Aaliyah to have a roommate. But Aaliyah staying here, she can save her money because Aaliyah don't pay no bills here. She don't pay no rent. What Aaliyah have is called disposable income. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So disposable income is mean after you pay all your bills and everything you owe, that's what you get to spend. That's what you have. Technically speaking, all of Aaliyah money is disposable income because she don't pay a dime to stay here. Reason being is for her to save money, right?
Hmm.
So if she's on Bigo, I don't know how much Leah's going to be making. Is it 5,000, 8,000? Who knows? But when she does move out, she should have plenty of money saved up.
Hmm.
She should have her car paid off. It's a certain level of things could be done prior to move out date. And most importantly, when you move out the right way.
Hmm.
My thing with the Leah and my goal is how do I help you succeed?
Hmm.
And it shouldn't be a struggle for me to do that for her
Hmm.
because I'm a single mom, been a single mom. I was married, divorced, been in the military, been
Yes.
out on my own for a while, all of that.
Hmm.
But one thing is certain, you always got to have a plan. And you never want to move out unless you have to, with only the money that's in your pocket and what you're going to earn that month. A little
Hmm.
situation is the same as everybody on Bigo. I
Yes.
constantly tell them, some people don't have nobody. They don't have no backbone. They don't have nobody that they can count on when stuff goes crazy. When you're at your lowest point, that's where some people want to see you at the bottom. Because sometimes they feel like they're feeling a lot better because you're down. So some people can talk you into a bad situation. You know what I mean? Because they don't have your best intention at heart.
Hmm.
Because
And
you
you
got
know
to
what?
separate. Hey, look, I'm going to
Hmm.
always be her mom.
right? So the way I talk to Aaliyah, I'm her mother. I'm not going to talk to her like she's my friend because I'm twice her age. And most
Mm,
importantly, I'm her mother.
mm,
Even if she don't agree with me, there's a certain
mm.
way that you can communicate back to your mom, your
Absolutely.
parents,
Absolutely.
right? They're
Absolutely.
not always right, and they don't have all the answers all the time. But I will
Absolutely.
say this: I'm right. I'm almost like a DNA test. Almost right. I'll even reduce it to 97.99. Generally speaking, whatever I tell Aaliyah, it comes to fruition. It's true because I got bigger lenses because I don't live longer. I don't see it. And I always say to Aaliyah, I don't do nigga shit, but I can think like one. You see? So when you're dealing with those people on bingo, remember, everybody's situation ain't the same.
Mhm.
So me, I'ma always love my baby. I'ma always help her. But the only thing I say to Aaliyah is, instead of me volunteering to help, she would have to start asking for help.
I
Cause I
love that.
see
Yeah.
I automatically want to go. Let me help my baby. Well, my friend told me she ain't a baby no more. She's a grown ass woman. She's 26. So sometimes you got to step back as a parent and say, hey, you know what?
Hmm.
Yep, you could go ahead and take the initiative and do that for her, but she's gonna have
And
to ask.
and I love that. And I love that Miss. I love that Miss. It's Miss Chris, correct? Miss
Yes.
Chris. And I love that, Ms. Chris, that you're saying that, and Leah's listening, and because one of the things that people like to do, people like to look at all the drama and all of that. Let me say something first and foremost. When whatever happened with y'all happened on social media, first and foremost, and Leah knows this, and I will say this first and foremost, there's certain things that should never be taken to social media, point blank
Mm-hmm.
period. I don't care how many views you have, I don't care how many, and when there is a household or a relationship that needs to be structured in a certain way, it should never be on social media, and I'm sure you would agree with that as a parent. And Leah, you need to understand, regardless of, and even with your mom said it herself. She said, sometimes I'm right about stuff, there's times that I'm wrong. Nobody's perfect. Leah's not perfect, I'm not perfect. I've argued with my
That's
mom.
right.
My mom put me in place, and I didn't put her in place, knocked me the hell out. But to each their own. But this is a
Mhm.
message for people that understanding. This is a pivotal moment because, Miss Chris, I don't know if you know what exactly was happening with Leah. Did she fill you in with everything that just happened with the recent person that she was staying with?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, and I know that was something hard too as well for
Yeah.
her. But I,
It's called life lessons,
mm,
right?
mm,
And
talk
hopefully,
about it.
Aaliyah don't have to continue to learn a lot of life lessons because I can
Mm,
save her a trip down a lot of roads,
mm,
you know. But she's young. She's still learning, you know. But some people, for instance, I asked Aaliyah. I said, Aaliyah, when you were standing with her, did you talk about me? Yeah, a little bit. See, a person who have a good relationship with their parents, they're
mhm.
not gonna sit there and disperse and go along with a conversation with you talking about your mom, right? Some people will talk you out of a good situation so you could be down with them.
Yes,
You see,
drama
so that young
a lot.
woman knew from the onset what the outcome probably was going to be. Because I'm quite sure she didn't just have this incident with this her first show with Aaliyah. She's probably done did this
Absolutely.
stuff before,
Yeah.
Mm,
right? But
absolutely.
30 days always will reveal a person. Because you only can be good for so long. Some people can stretch it to 90 days and they're going to come out the box. The difference between me and that girl Liv was staying with is I'm her mom. I'm a lover. I'm going to always have her
Yeah,
back.
yes,
That's
that's right.
that's it.
Period. No matter what y'all go through. You hear that, Leah? No
Right.
matter what y'all. You know what, Leah? Let me say this to you, Leah. Some people don't have that. I know so many people who are watching this live right now, they don't have a mother or a father or a figure to say, regardless of what the comments and the arguments go through. And I know, Leah, you are an individual and you are a strong, opinionated woman. So but you're not a child. So I understand where you're coming from, Leah, when you have your moments. I argue with my mom and my parents too. They get on my no offense, Ms. Chris. My parents get on my goddamn nerves. But one thing's for
Right.
sure and for certain. I was at a low point where I had to learn to myself to say, listen, if I want a change and I don't want to be aggravated or I don't want to go through certain things, then let me do what's best for me. And you are in a position, Liyah, that a lot of people at your age don't have the opportunity to be in, which is having a mother and having financial stability to go and get your own place, to go and start to build a foundation, to look for a room, to look for a place to rent, to be able to make a certain amount of money. You are in a great place. Even though you went with what you went through, you are in a great place and you need to utilize that. A lot of people don't have someone in the background like your mother to say that to them, to tap them on the shoulder. A lot of people don't have a mother or a mentor to go home to. And I know that sounds cliche, but that is the truth, regardless of what y'all have gone through.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are some mothers out here who don't want a relationship with their kids, ain't trying to have one. And
21.
some people had to learn at the age of 18, they had to get out there and get it, you know. But me, I want something different for Liyah. If she says she want to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to support her doing X, Y, and Z. The only thing I say with me and Aaliyah is this: when somebody say, "Well, I don't like the way your mom talking to you," well, that's my mom. That's how she is. I'm not going to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can control being disrespectful in my conversation. I can control how I speak. But
Yes.
when you say, "I don't like the way you said that, mom," well,
Yeah.
how did I say it?
Yeah.
Right?
And
But
I
but
love that. Because Miss Chris, I have to be honest with you. I know that there were certain things that you might have said that Liyah was like, "Holy shit, my mom just really said that about me. That really hurt me." And I'm sure there was shit that Liyah said that you were like, "Hold the fuck up! I know my daughter is not." And that's what happens in families. It happens. It's not okay,
that's
but it's
right.
fuck all the comments, fuck whatever comments you say. That's what happens sometimes. That's hurt people, and sometimes that happens in relationships of mother and daughter, father and son, mother and son, father and daughter. It happens. It's what happens with family, but that does not mean that that should be something that shatters whatever you have. And people say blood is thicker than water. I don't go all about all that because I have friends who have been more family than family, have been family. But the family that I have that is family, regardless of how much we tear each other up, baby, me and my family could be cursing each other out and giving each other the business, bitch. But if they are my family and they give me that support and structure I need whenever I'm down, can't nobody get in the
Right.
way of that, regardless of how much I'm going. And I'm so glad, Miss Chris, you said that, because as a mother, I think it's important too, because I'm not a parent. I want to be very clear. I have never
Right.
birthed a child. So I don't know that connection or relationship, but I will say I have been a caregiver to people, and I will say that it is imperative to understand sometimes when you might say things that
Mm-hmm.
are wrong, and acknowledging that and saying to your child, "Listen, I understand this might have hurt your feelings, or tell me, because I don't know if you don't tell me, Liyah."
That's
You get what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
That's right. That's 100. But at the end of the day, like I said, um, uh, with my job, I work from home and I have my own office. When I shut down my computer and I leave from out of my office, I'm off the clock. Bigo, there's no off the clock. It got to be sometime when you say, you know what, this is going to be my internet persona, but when I'm off the internet, I know how to shut that down.
Mm.
And it doesn't bleed into your personal life, your relationship with your mom, your family members, and etc.
I never. When did it blend it?
Listen, Liyah,
Okay.
don't be defensive, sweetie. Right?
I'm just trying to
Right?
start.
Well,
See, but Liyah,
I can
hold
give
up.
examples, but I'm
I
not
mean,
going
when
to.
I get off, I mean, if
This
I
is
log off Bigo and I ain't talking to nobody from Bigo, I mean, how else do you unplug from Bigo
Now,
besides not being on there?
Aaliyah, were you not filming Bigo when we had our last incident before you left?
I was on live, and you started tripping on me while I was on live.
Okay, here's the thing. Me being in your situation, being a Bigo personality or whatever y'all want to call it, you know what? That personal moment, I would have got
But
offline.
I was tired of always having it in my lives for you. It started to become a pattern. I always
But
have it
but
in my
but
lives, and I'm
here's the
tired of
thing,
it.
Leah.
I
Here's
was
the
tired
thing.
of it.
There are people on Bigo who's ending your life over nonsense.
I
Anyway,
know, but
you
so imagine if I'm already getting clipped, and then when my mom feel like arguing with me while I'm on live, you do that too. So I get
okay.
clipped, and then when I'm not getting clipped, you're
Liyah,
picking with me in my live end,
Liyah,
what
Liyah,
I'm
Liyah.
saying, and
This
so we don't be defensive
right?
about it. There
this
has
is
to be some separation between Bigo reality internet and real life situations. Me personally, I would not have filmed anything about you to anybody where it's going to be circulating on anybody's internet.
I mean, well, a lot of times where I'd be live, you would come sit and stare at me. Well, I'm not being defensive. I'm telling you why I did it. But if you don't want to hear why I did it, then fine.
See, here's what I'm saying. We can't go back and change anything,
Right?
right? How do you change going forward? When you sit down and you look and you say, okay, what could I have done differently in that situation? Sometimes we always trying to point our thing at the other person, what they did. Say, hey, look, what can I change? What did I do in that situation that I could have done different? Because you're a 26-year-old woman. We can't just say, well, my mom did this, she's not right, she's wrong. Of course, I mean, it could go so far, right? And I can't just say Liyah did this, or Liyah disrespectful, she don't listen, she's not trying to, let me help her and this and that. We got to argue about petty stuff. It's not about that. It's about, in that very moment, if you go back and you say, you know what, in retrospect, what could I have done different? Because I know what I could have done different, right? But it's not about me pointing the finger at you. What can I do different?
And Liyah, there's moments. Let me tell you something. There are moments, Liyah, where your mother's not yelling at you, she's not screaming at you, she's not even cursing at you. And let me tell you something. You might not like what I'm about to say to you, Liyah, but there are moments where we as the child need to shut up and listen. And it's not per se staying in the child's place. It's we just need to listen. And if your mother is saying, what can we do different moving forward? She just acknowledged that she notices that she could have done plenty of things differently. And she needs to do things differently. So it's not for you to be combative. It's for you to say, okay, mom, I understand that you're saying you don't want this shit on Bigo. You don't want X, Y, and Z. You don't want all this to happen. So that's where you say, okay, mom said this about what she can change. Let me think about what I can change so that we can be cohesive in the same space. She's acknowledging what she's doing. Let me acknowledge it's a part of the process. It takes two. You understand, Liyah?
That's right.
Right.
And
That's
she's not
100.
and if she's not coming and she's not coming at you, she's not cursing at you. If Ms.Chris was on here giving you the works, I would have been like, ooh, Liyah, mom is ghetto. Like, ooh, God, I see. But this woman is having a casual, responsive comment, and she's on Bigo, which she doesn't even prefer doing. So do you see how? And I wish that this could have been something that you and Yetta could have done. I truly do. But we're past that now. We're moving forward. And I think what we need to focus on, Liyah, is you calling some of those apartment spaces back, looking to see what prices could be for a nice place to get on your own. Maybe taking mom with you to scout some places out. Shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time. I think you have the potential. I truly do. And if you're afraid of being on your own, that's okay. It's a step in the right direction. But your raffles are going fabulous, Liyah. You're doing so well. And I just want to say, I know that everyone's going to make all the shit that happened with Yetta content and all that stuff like that. But if in the future Yetta can come around and you can come around and be in the same space and have a conversation about how Yetta was feeling, because I do think that regardless of what's going on, if Yetta had a notion, she should not have waited till you are already on your way out to throw an egg on your face. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what anybody says. And I think that's one of the reasons, why you responded the way you responded. Regardless of if you were saying stuff, there was already a notion that day. So I don't like that. But I think that if she's able to come around and have a conversation, that you'd both be able to, at least coexist on the app together. Maybe not.
Right. I don't ever want to deal with Yetta again. My mom wants to say something to you.
All right.
Or not.
So
That's fine. Or
Yetta
not.
says. So Yetta says, I don't like the way your mom was talking to you, right?
Yes.
But yet you want to talk to my daughter the same, or worse than I do.
Ooh.
But the energy is not the same because you're not coming from a place of love, right? Now, what I'll say about Yetta in that situation with Aaliyah, right? I don't like ending relationships on bad terms. I just don't do that. I've never had a relationship that I ended on bad terms in all my years of living. I don't think it's necessary, right?
Mhm.
So They don't have to ever be friends,
Mm,
right? But
hmm
they can have a conversation. Hey, that was kind of messed up. They don't have to agree to disagree. But you was out there for a month. It seemed like it was cohesive at some point. It ended on a bad note, So you don't have to be friends, but when things go bad, just say, hey, look, what could I have done different, right? That goes for Yetta. That goes for everybody. But for the Bigo thing, we got to keep drama going.
yeah. I see. Mama knows. Mama knows, and I mean, drama sells. Drama gets you where you. But you know what sells more than drama for Liyah? Her raffles. You know what's paying, getting her coins in her pocket, her beauty, her smarts, and her raffles, and that mouth. That's what's getting the drama. Is only drama is the tip of the iceberg, Liyah, for what you've been getting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Mom's right. The drama keeps it going. But Miss Mamas, your raffles have been fabulous. They've been doing very well. You know.
Yeah, it
So
was enough
stick.
to give her $1,000 for her rent.
I know. And you know what? And this is gonna sound crazy that I say this, but pay it, pay
Yeah,
it,
I'm gonna pay it. I'm not even worried about the little $1,000. That was nothing because Bigo gave me that. Y'all gave me that. That was free money. That was free
pay it,
bands that my supporters helped me get. So I'm good.
pay it,
She
pay it,
she win.
pay it, and keep going and keep doing what you have been doing. And I
That's
think
right.
that I don't think that you should go to who you're gonna go to. What's his name? Her name?
What you talking about,
Who are you gonna?
Genova?
Yeah, I don't think you should go to Genova because let me tell you something. Genova fights and shoots, and Genova's a little bit different from Yetta. So if we get to the shade and Genova's kicking and you give that baby, it might be a story. I don't think you need to do all that. And I think that I think that these are conversations that you and mom need to have offline. Your mom literally just reached out to you and said, listen, if I'm ever giving you this type of fever that is a little bit too fierce, tell me. Tell me what and mind you, I'm not saying you might, I'm not saying you haven't. Aaliyah, I don't know y'all's relationship, but what I'm saying is we're looking at moving forward. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because it starts there. That's the base. Your mother will always have a place to stay. So, I mean, keep that in mind, but just moving forward. But I don't think you should go to Genova. Genova fights and stabs and shoots. And I just think that that's going from one place that you have a little bit of sanctuary to a place of ghetto-ness and craziness. I don't know too much about Genova, so I don't want to get shot or stabbed myself. So I won't say that. I'm just reporting what the girls say. But but
It was free money. It was free bands, y'all. Free band
how do you
game.
how do you feel about everything? How do you feel about everything now, Liyah, from our conversation that we just had today?
You said how I feel about what?
Just all of this conversation that we're having right now.
I feel like it's a good conversation. I don't feel like you're being mean or anything or judgmental. You're more so being honest
Yeah,
and
yeah. 'Cause
putting things on the table.
I'm
Something them
putting
good
things.
history soldiers.
Yeah, I'm not baby you. I'm not here to cater to you. And I wish that Yetta would have had this mentality with you instead of just taking that side. I wish
I
that
think
Yetta
she just
would.
wanted to use me from the start for rent and for clout. I don't think she ever had genuine intentions. That's my personal opinion.
And I understand that
Because
because you
she
never.
said on 404 views every day, them po ass views, and she was tired of it, which is why she's trying to get clout via K9's gay ass, shitty ass dick.
Oh,
But yeah,
but
she's
once
a
again,
clout
you never.
chaser, and she's an old lady too. She about to be 40 clout chasing on the free app
Lord.
like me. She an old ass bitch, but I'm gonna pay it though.
Yeah. No, I mean you can talk your shit. Y'all can both talk your shit. You and Yetta. I just wish for me, if someone wants to mentor someone, and you're sitting here telling me to my face that you two never had heart to hearts or conversation, that it was just more her saying, I don't like how your mom treated you. The first thing I would have pulled you in and said is I would have said, Liyah, I don't like how certain things that your mom said, but I don't like how you get when you are backed against the wall or you feel like, someone's putting you out or doing all this. There's things that you need to work on as well because there's shit that you say and there's ways that you act, even if you're responding. That's what I would have said. And I would have asked you how you felt about that. And we would have had conversations about ways and strategies to know that when you are getting in the scenario you're getting in, that you can start to express vocally instead of just don't touch, I don't give a fuck. No, you can be like, listen, what you're saying has hurt my feelings. Listen, you're making me feel this way. Listen, I don't like this. People are able to articulate and communicate, especially when they're living in someone else's household, instead of possibly going on social media or talking shit or saying something to someone else. And you know what these people do on this app? They bait and switch. The comments do. Bitches who have roaches do. You know what I'm saying? You know
Mm-hmm.
what these. You know what these. You're not a stupid girl, Liyah. You're not
You said
dumb.
people that got roaches. I'm sorry. You don't be.
Yeah,
It's like you're not even trying. That part was funny. I'm sorry. I'm not
yeah.
even serious, but that shit was
No, people
funny.
got roaches, you know. But you're not a stupid girl. You're not a stupid girl. So I just want you to take this conversation, and the reason why we're doing this publicly is because you know, I see myself in you in a sense where I've been where you've been before, where you feel low and you feel down, and you're like, bitch, really? Like I'm packing my suitcase in my bag. Like let me get up out of here. Like I've been where you've been before. I've been where Yada's been before, where she's like, you know what? Let me try to take someone in, but I have a different mentality for both of y'all because I've
Thank
taken
you.
my and I use them
Thank you.
moving forward to do better, not to end up in the same cycle. So don't end up in the same cycle. You don't need to be going over Genovas. You need to be sitting there having conversations with your mother, working on what y'all are working on, building a better relationship, saving up your coins, and calling some of those places back. You understand?
Yes.
And if you get on this app and you talk your shit, you argue, you get your raffles, you talk about rare raw chicken and all that shit that you want to do, but you make sure you get your coins and you make sure you have a place to lay your head while you're doing it. I don't give a fuck what you do on this app. You just make sure you got somewhere to lay your head when you do it. That's it.
Period.
Period. Do you have anything else to say, my love?
I want this. Well, considering it's so positive, I feel kind of bad trying to be messy at the end like this.
No,
We
you
were
can be
doing so
messy.
well. Well, anyway, I just want to let the world know that that bitch is an old tired ass head and her eggs is fried. And she told me that K9 had told her that he wasn't trying to have no more babies no time soon. And she was like, because my biological clock is ticking. Them eggs is fried out laid to the side. She's trying to hurry up and get pregnant by K9 via that shitty ass dick. And she be sitting up in line saying, "Oh, I don't want to get married. I don't want kids." Whole time it's because she can't get married and she can't have kids because nobody want to eat in that loose ass, old ass yussy. TK don't want to eat it. K9 ain't want to eat it. Nobody want to eat it besides TC. And he ugly. All I'm saying is that bitch bold as fuck and trifling as fuck. She should be trying to teach me shit. But no, she's taking selfies with me at the goddamn Cosmo with pigtails in her hair like she's younger than me. With her old ass, with that thin ass shit on her motherfucking head. Them thin ass pigtails. Bold as fuck. Then she up there with that yellow shit in the back of her tongue, kissing Kane on in the mouth, giving him that green ass tongue. That bitch nasty. She nasty. Playing with her pussy on OnlyFans and shit. She probably sell that shit. Nasty ass pussy. With that fupa that she put up, be shoving in her motherfucking jeans and in her leggings and shit.
Oh, bed built like a motherfucking chocolate. Oh, next nasty ass Mexican built ass hoe. Fuck her. And I meant that shit. Trifling ass hoe. She don't got roaches, but her pussy stank. BB having ass bitch. And then she gonna sit there, how Liyah know what my pussy stank? Bitch, I smelt it, bitch. When K9 knocked your motherfucking thing
Out of whack. You went there and got some BV medication too, bitch, with your stanky ass pussy. I'm really finna wake it up on you, bitch. That's how I know I sent your medication, bitch. That's really why you got so mad I went in your bathroom that day. I see that BV shit on your motherfucking counter, hoe. You trifling ass bitch. Won't he do it? He knocked your shit out and then he gave you BB because he got a shitty ass dick and now you got a shitty ass key, bitch. Nasty ass hoe. Trifling ass
VD,
bitch.
VD.
BV is called bacteria vaginosis. It's when your pussy
Oh,
stink. She probably got them little crab things too. I forget what that shit called. What's it called? Trichomoniasis? But I don't think she got it. She just had BV.
but I really
oh,
seen her scratching her crotch. I ain't say shit though. Cause it wasn't my motherfucking business. I was going with that whole lid. Oh, nasty ass bitch. She got a
wait,
place with her pussy stank from K9. Give her that motherfucking trichomoniasis and that motherfucking bacteria.
Vaginosis in that nasty ass pussy. Then when
wait.
she
What?
talk about huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And she talk all that shit. Like, bitch, you don't even wash your ass properly. She just let water go between her cracks. She don't even use soap on her pussy. She just let water go between her legs. That's why TKO liked it so much until he got tired of it. She don't even use no soap on her coochie. You see how she was talking about the soap? Look, they have a special soap formulated for your pussy. She make fun of me for using soap that's made for your pussy. Whole time she don't even use soap on her pussy. She bathes like a white person. Just let water go down her pussy. Look, she literally only washed her upper body and then let the soap rinse down her legs. And then she let the water rinse her coochie. Cause she told me. She said I don't use soap down there. She washed her body, she washed her back and her upper body and let the soap drip down. And then rinse her pussy with the water. On my mama, she cooked like a white person and she washed her ass like a white person. She's a
How did
dirty,
the
nasty ass bitch.
how did the chicken taste?
I didn't taste it. I cut it open. I seen it was pink. I was like, bitch, I ain't eating no goddamn chicken sushi. I ain't never seen no motherfucking chicken sushi in my life, and I wasn't finna start eating it that day. I threw that shit right in the motherfucking trash where it belonged. Nasty ass. But she
Oh,
scarfed that shit down like it was good. That's how I know that dick must be hitting the spot because it didn't. It never gave eat that motherfucking chicken that looked like a piece of tilapia. But whatever. I ain't never had no chicken that looked like fish ever in my life.
oh. Wait. Okay. get back to the babies part. They having babies.
Yeah,
What
so
was the
basically, K9, he eating everybody, he get everybody pregnant, right? So I guess she trying to figure out why she don't want to eat her, considering he does it with everybody. So basically, she was saying that him and him, they had got on the topic of having topic of having kids, and he basically told her he's not ready to like rush into having kids right now. And she was like, had the mindset of like I'm getting older, you know what I mean? She said she told him that too. So she's trying to rush having kids with the boy. She already switching birth controls and stuff. Like she's really trying to lock this little young nigga down. And she know he wear fake contacts. Me and her even discussed the fact that we both know his eyes is fake. It's just weird. And she know that all the look, when I tell you he cleared the Trini's refrigerator, got all her goddamn got all her all all her frozen goods, all her wine, and took it to the other house. And the other wanted to act like she was playing dumb. And she said she seen heels in his house. And he gonna say, "Oh, that's my sister's." And I already told her numerous times that that's that Trini stuff. Even the car he driving is in that Trini name. He had to pay the car lot that towed that car. He had to pay them under the table to get that car because they weren't gonna give it to him because it's not in his name.
the eyes is fake?
Yes. Look, he gonna say, "Look at my eyes. Tell me you can't even see no contact." I got close to his eye. I looked around his eye. It was a whole circle around his pupil. Just lie, just to lie. She's just desperate for any dick at this point. Anybody to love her. Cause somebody please go over there and love Yetta correctly. Cause she ain't never been like. And look, then we started talking about pastor and stuff, right? She gonna tell me, like I was telling, she was like, "Yeah, I've never had nobody treat me as nice as K9." I'm like, "Girl, really? I always have niggas treat me nice. It's so bad that when Pastor and Greedy be dogging me, I be confused. I ain't never had no nigga dog me like that till I got on Bigo." So she told me that she was literally used to getting dogged until K9 started treating her like a gentleman. Whole time he giving her shitty dick and she finna have a shitty kitty, and she trifling. And she want to have a baby with a 20-year-old, and she's almost 40, and she wears pigtails.
Wait, is he K920?
I think so, like 20 or 21. And y'all,
So
I'm telling y'all, that he might. That I don't care what color his kids are. What color his kids are, I know for a fact that them not his eyes. I swear to God, even she, even she, even she confirmed that those weren't her real eyes. Oh yeah, and then the witch part. So she had like a manifestation book, right? And like she started telling me like we were talking about manifestation. One of a few pages in her book, she literally said that she wants to get more into witchcraft. Then every night,
She learned her craft, you be bald head.
look, I'm saying I was scared. She offered to trim my ends and everything. Then on top of that, one night I'm in the bed, Zeus. I'm in the bed sleep. She gonna lie and say that she fast forward now she lying saying she came in my room to turn my light off. I wake up, this bitch in my room, booty, butt naked. Oh God! And I was half asleep. I was like, "What the hell?" And she was like, "Oh, I just came in there. I look."
She was trying you.
I feel like she was doing weird stuff to see what I would say. Like she was trying me. Like she was being weird. And eventually I started locking my door at night because I thought that was weird. Like first of all, this nigga K9 a liar and he weird. And then on top of that, you popping up in my room all naked and stuff. Like it didn't get what it was supposed to give. It was just a lot of weirdness over there.
was there ever
And that's
was
why I
there
was already telling Genova I didn't want to stay there.
was there ever a moment of, now we can get messy? Was there ever a moment of threesomeness, or where K9 was ever, like, or they ever tried to bring you into the 1, 2, 3s, and 4s? Because you're a pretty girl.
I think that was her testing me when she came in my room when I seen her like that. No shade. I'm for real. I really feel like that was her testing me. Because when I woke up and seen her naked, I was like, what the hell? I ain't never had none of my friends moon me like that. I ain't never had no bitch just wake up and just a bitch just naked. Like I feel like that's weird. That's not normal. I've never had no friend do that to me.
Do you think that she was trying to possess you?
I think no shade. I think that bitch really is a witch. Cause who writes some shit like that? I want to get deeper into witchcraft. Like I think that she wanted me over there for a reason. And no shade. I was telling Drama this on her panel, but her cat will always come in my room and try to get into that closet. And I think there's some weird shit in that closet. Cause when I tell you the cat will come literally walk past me, walk past everything in the room, go to the closet, scratch the closet door, sniff up under the door. I think someone was up in there. And I really wish I would have went through that damn closet.
It was like
I'm
a
for real. I
body.
really wish I would have. I probably was in a room with a motherfucking altar in a motherfucking closet. That shit creeped me out when I really think about it. What was the cat looking for in the closet?
Do you
What the
think,
fuck?
did she ever do coke with you?
Hell no. I already told that bitch I ain't into that coke shit. And I told her I don't do that peer pressure shit. Cause when I was a stripper, I remember I had went to work one day and there was some bitches in the back. I think they were trying to like get me coked out so they could like pimp me or some shit. They kept asking me to do it, and I literally they asked me twice. Now I went back in the third room, like I went back into the dressing room the third time, and they asked me again. I said no, don't ask me no more. Okay, the bitch gonna tell me I got the perfect nose for coke. Bitch, I told Yetta that same story, so she knew not to offer me none of that shit.
The perfect nose for coke.
Yeah, because you know it's little, and I have like the little nostrils. It's like kind of open a little bit. You know, I got the little cute little nose. But yeah, I think I have a perfect nose for coke, but I don't want to do it because I have an addictive personality. Y'all see how I do at my weed? I can't be out here doing coke too, y'all. That's an expensive habit.
Oh my. So you think So you think that there's a black cat in there? You think there's voodoo magic or voodoo shit?
I
Yeah,
think
there's
it's voodoo magic and some more shit in that bitch house. I think that bitch a creep. Like she's a narcissist. Like she really scares me. Like she's like the textbook female narcissist in every sense of the word.
wow.
She scares me, like, and I in a creepy kind of way. Not like I'm scared, oh, cause Yetta gonna beat me. I'm scared that she gonna take one of my tampons out the trash and like make a voodoo doll with that shit and poke it
What
with
the fuck
needles and
was?
shit.
I'm fucking screaming. What was the whole thing with Since we're being messy, what was the whole thing with the whole tampons thing? Did y'all synchronize or something, and y'all just
Shit,
became
that
two?
mother might have seen. Oh no, what? No, I think when he knocked her IUD out, that's when she started reaching for them tampons. I
Wait,
don't
he
know if
knocked.
that thing poked a hole.
Wait, who knocked the IVV?
Um, K9 knocked her IUD out, or knocked it into like, or he knocked it out, or not into something else. He did something to her IUD, and I just remember she had to go to the doctor to get some more birth control.
Oh. And what did you say you saw on the counter when you were in the bathroom?
BV medication.
Bacterial vaginosis medication.
Mm-hmm. And I can smell her too. That's why she be trying to say she drink water like she always drink water. I think she was drinking so much water because she had that stanky ass smell in there. She's trying to like help the smell drinking water and shit.
What did it smell?
And it smelled really fishy.
Did it smell like the uncooked chicken?
Just like that chicken. It smelled just like that motherfucking chicken, like salmonella
All right,
and
all right,
Badussi. Badussi from K9 did.
all right. Well, listen. Thank you for getting your last words out, and Yada gonna talk her shit. You gonna talk your shit. We live for that. But I appreciate you, love. Do you have any last? And thank you, Ms.Chris, as well for joining us.
Oh, she's in the other room. But thanks guys. Thanks for everybody that supported me, send me cash apps, and that wished me like well wishes. I received a lot of messages. So if I didn't respond to you, I'm appreciative. No shade. Y'all really looked out for me emotionally and into my pockets too. Y'all cashed at me. It was beautiful. Thanks, guys. And we're gonna be doing the raffles probably tomorrow. I'm kind of drained today. We're gonna do some raffles tomorrow. But thanks, Zeus.
No problem, love. Take your time. All right.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all come up in the queue. But that was a lot to take in. I think that was great. I think that was overall that. I mean, the talking shit was great. Do you can do it, but I think overall, I think that was.
Girl,
Uh-huh.
that was the best Save Your Life edition. Bitch, when the mama came up, I said, yes, this is good. Um, yeah, I like the mother. I like the mother a lot. I think the mother ate it, and I think you did a really good job. And I think Liyah needs to just sit on her ass and save her money and take her time and just learn to respect her mother.
And her mother needs to learn to vocalize being okay with her daughter telling her things that she doesn't like, as she said.
Yep, I think that it was so good to hear Liyah cry too.
Yeah.
It really was. Like it's okay to cry, boo. It is. She need to cry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the mother is a Liyah needs to be lucky because bitch, Leah's lucky because I didn't have that relationship with my mom. So I thought you did a really good job. So I'm gonna be down here listening.
Okay. And has a different viewpoint, you can come up. Amy, this is open. This is open discussion. Go ahead,
Hey
love.
sis, I just wanted to say I wanted to ask Leah why she was here. Is she sure it was voodoo? Because voodoo, hoodoo, and Wicca, Santeria is different things. So I need Liyah to make sure she know that it's voodoo and not one of the others. And Robert, tell cousin it stop moving on your fucking head. I'm
Girl,
sick
you
of it.
can't take this asshole. You can't take my motherfucking jealous.
So many people needed to hear that right now because
Weird ass who? Huh? That's good. Yeah. They don't want to suck my dick. That little bitch want to suck my dick.
I think she felt some type of way ever from the jump because you ain't pay her no
Want to suck my dick, who?
You ain't pay her no man.
Ugly ass bitch. Want to suck my dick.
They be feeling some type of way.
I ain't never seen a bitch so black as shit. The fuck? That's weird. Weird as shit. Lil, you wear makeup every fucking day. Bitch, you wear makeup to go to sleep. That's weird.
She in your room?
Huh?
She in your room?
What the fuck? I ain't never seen a bitch wear fucking makeup to sleep. What the fuck? Bitch, you use filters every day.
Playing.
Are they already playing? Oh. What you want to do?
Let's see if the jacuzzi hot.
I'm not getting in that shit.
Well, I still want to see if it's hot.
You feel me? Bitch, I don't use filter, none of that shit. I wanted her. Y'all really be listening to anything y'all be wanting to, huh?
Ooh, the pool girl.
I'm not getting that shit.
They feel it.
My mama black? My mama light as shit.
The jacuzzi broke, but the pool feel good.
It's a little
Put
thing.
your hand in it.
It's a little thing turning on.
Put your hand in it.
Well, I'm not getting in that shit.
But put your hand in it.
That bitch. No, it's alright.
It's warm and shit.
It's warm. It's alright. Y'all be listening to a
Baby
bitch
don't know
that
how to
came,
do it.
bitch that 26 years old came to live with her mama. What the fuck?
You can't live with nobody.
What the fuck? My grandma black? No, my grandma white as shit. No, for real, my grandma white.
For real, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? Nigga said my grandma black as shit, my grandma white as hell.
They not whiter than me.
What the fuck? Bitch, I ain't never see a bitch put makeup on just to go to sleep. What the fuck? That's weird.
She got it all on the pillowcases, the sheets.
The fuck? You need makeup to go to sleep? Y'all hoes really bums. What the fuck?
To wash your makeup off before you
What the fuck? You wear makeup to go to sleep? Half you hoes say you gotta wear makeup to go to sleep. You something? Yeah. You weird. Ex lazy to go to bed? You gotta put makeup on just to go to bed? Y'all hoes really dumb. Y'all really listen to a mindful little girl, you hear me? A mindful little girl that came to pay her own rent. Ask that hoe how much money I paid for that hoe to eat because she was broke. Oh, that bitch on YouTube. Go to the YouTube where you can't take Liyah out to eat. The fuck, bitch, you a bum. You can't even pay $100 for tacos, bitch. Tacos? You can't even pay $100 for tacos. You ashamed, son. You weird. You a bum, bitch. Bummos. What? That should be weird. Bitch said, oh, some crazy shit. $100 a plate too? So that's $200. I'm good. $100 a plate? Bitch, you can pay $100 for some tacos. Bitch, you still got the same hair when you got kicked out your mama house. Bitch, you ain't